Hi there, I'm Cassie. Welcome to the land. Today is going to be a maintenance day, so it's not really the exciting things that happen as far as planting and all that good stuff, but I do want to share a few things with you about the day. The first thing is the garden. I'm up at the road garden, which we call it the road garden because it's right next to the road. It's up at the front of our property. We are utilizing some land that was that we have an easement, that we had sold an easement, so we can't really put anything permanent. I don't want to plant fruit trees or anything up here, but it was a nice wide open space and I thought it would be great just to put in a garden. This year we are trying this woven weave fabric, woven weave fabric, and we have never done that before. But I don't have time for all the weeding that it takes to maintain something this large and the multiple gardens that we have. So we're trying this out this year to see if it works on most of our garden areas. What I'm absolutely loving about it so far is that I can literally sit in the garden, and I absolutely love it. I'm not getting dirty, so this is great. And I can walk around barefooted in the garden, which I'm not a big proponent of shoes, so that has been a big plus for me. We've basically planted this entire garden and I got to do that barefooted, so it's great. Since we're using so much of this fabric, I wanted to just share a little bit about it with you. You'll see this, we have purchased 2 different brands just to test them out and see what works really well or what may not work well, or see if they're comparable. This one with the yellow stripe seems to be thicker and more durable than this with the orange stripe. As far as how they work and letting water go through and weeds not come through, so far we haven't seen a difference in the two. It's just the thickness and feels like maybe the durability, but we'll see over time how that works. It was we had been using this on everything else and just purchased this because it came in 12-foot rolls. We'll see how it goes. I can't really say that I like one better than the other. So far we have up here in the road garden, we have our pickling cucumbers coming up, which is awesome. One thing that has been a drawback, we do have something planted in all of this larger area. What I did was I marked the ends of the rows so I would know what was in them on most spots, or know what varieties. We basically have watermelons, all the melons that we're going to do planted up here, and then we have a big section of squash. Well, I got different varieties, and you'll see I've got these little markers at the start of the different varieties, but if you'll notice, I only have 3 markers left. Yeah, the wind blew up the tarp and pulled all the markers out, so I really have no clue what varieties are planted where and what's gonna come up where, but I figured, when we get fruit, we'll know what they are. So for the not so fun part up in the road garden this morning, what I'm going to take care of is our watering system. We use a drip tape, which you can bury, or you can do it on top of the ground. We choose to do it on top so that we can see if there's a watering issue before we notice it in the plants. We're just kind of learning to use that system. We did it for the first time last year and it worked out pretty good. But as far as putting it together and having leaks, we kind of had several issues with that, and did a few workarounds with silicone on the ends and things of that nature, so we weren't wasting so much water. And I will kind of show you here what we got the job we got to do today. This right here is my wagon of goodies. It's a whole lot easier for me to just put everything I might possibly need in the wagon and take it around with me to all the garden spots, because I have several different chores to do. So I think I have just about everything in here that we might need to fix something. Okay, so basically the drip system has two different parts. You have your main line, and ours starts here at this end and goes all the way down the front of the garden to the end. And then we have the drip tape, the actual tape that has the emitters in it that'll go down each row. We did a bad thing last year. We left this sitting out instead of taking it up for the winter time. So now, not only did my husband mow over part of it, so we're going to have to replace some of that drip tape. Most of this probably has leaks in it, is what I'm expecting, but we're going to turn on the water and see what happens, and then start replacing and staking down these in along the rows. Well, I got it all straightened out, pulled out, and water hooked up, and you see we have a couple of pretty big leaks. We got one there and then one over there that's like a fountain. So I'm going to do a little patching. I think like on this one, all I'm going to need to do is cut the end off, move the end stop up, and change it to this row that's shorter than that one, and we'll be good to go there. And most of it is just some little pinholes that maybe is because I have the water turned up too high. So I'm gonna turn that down and test that out, and we'll see where we land. Okay, we have the drip system all in this bed. Took a little bit longer than expected to fix all the leaks and change out, put new drip tape and the ones that just couldn't be salvaged. So that morning project turned into an afternoon, and we're almost into evening, but we're testing it out right now. We still have one leak, but other than that, I think we're good. I did a little bit of test on the soil to see how deep, how dry it was. And it's really still wet from all the rain after about an inch. So we're just going to run the overhead sprinkler for a little bit over all of this, just to moisten the top of the soil where those seeds are sitting. Well, I was a little bummed today. My chore list was longer than the time I had today. So I didn't get as much accomplished as what I wanted to for a maintenance day. We did get that road garden, the watering situation taken care of there, so I don't have to worry about that for the rest of the growing season. So with the woven weed fabric and that watering system, although I did spend most of the day working on that, and it was a lot of time and it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of time and effort to put down all of that weed fabric. But I think when we get through this whole season, I think that it's going to end up saving us tons of time. And we, just like you guys, we are busy all the time with things that aren't the homestead. So I think that in the long run, that's going to save us a whole lot of time and make things a little bit easier for us. We're just still developing the systems and trying to find what works for us and what doesn't. So I have a good feeling about the fabric and the watering system. So we'll see how it goes through the year. I want to thank you all for supporting us and for being here. If you are interested in the drips tape or that watering system, we purchased ours from Hoss Tools, and I'll leave a link to their website down below. They also have a YouTube channel that is awesome if you want to check them out. They're absolutely one of my favorites. They have a lot of educational videos, really teaching you. If you don't know anything about gardening, they're awesome. And their products so far, everything that I have bought from there, I'm very impressed with the quality of the products. So I mean, I don't have like an affiliation with them or anything. I'm just very pleased with them. When you do order something, they pack it up and ship it usually the same day. so you get the items really quick. It's not something that you have to wait on. So anyway, I'll leave a link to them down below. There's going to be a link down below to some t-shirts, not this one, but my son created some logo t-shirts for me, and he has those up for sale if anybody's interested. I honestly haven't ordered mine yet, so I'm going to order that, and I'll have that hopefully soon and show you guys what that looks like. But if you're interested, please check that out. I think he has some other shirts for some other projects that he does too, so check that out. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching the videos. If you like it and want to see more, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. That'll help us out here on the homestead. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and God bless. And P.S. I forgot to say, just do it.